No. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome to the Daily Draw. I'm gonna go put on socks. Okay. Hey, welcome to the Daily Draw. You see this beautiful still life we got going here? This watercolor still life? This is not mine. This is my art wife's. I don't draw like this, remember? I draw like this. So we're gonna be doing some traditional art today though, because look at what my wife can do and I'm super jealous. And also I just acquired some color pastels that were on sale in...
I messed up your palette.
You messed up my palette?
I accidentally grabbed one from it. So
Oh.
you're gonna have to find it.
It's the yellow one. I know exactly which one's missing actually, because yeah, so right here I got the palette that I've been using for, not for you, Dada, sorry. Nope, still not for you, Dada. No, that is the last one I've drawn. Okay, but so Josephine falls mostly within this palette. I need that yellow for Josephine. And then Lillian falls mostly within this palette, and somewhere here, Sona and Mia both fall relatively within this palette. So I got me a bunch of pastels to play with, and also I have this lovely pen. Shout out to whoever left this pen in the Dollar Tree parking lot. If a pen is on the ground, it's mine, because one time I saw a pen on the ground and I didn't pick it up, and I went, oh, I can just pick it up on the way back from class, and when I came back it had been stepped on and destroyed, so I fixed it with duct tape because I felt bad for it and used that pen until it completely disintegrated, and now every time I see a pen on the ground I pick it up, because what if I don't pick it up and it gets destroyed? It'll be my fault. So...
It will be.
It will be, yeah. No, I'll be guilty forever. So every time I see a pen on the ground, I pick it up, and this particular pen has got some very, very nice ink marking abilities to it. It's not really within my color scheme here, but I'm gonna use it because, I don't know, it was on the ground and I found it, so I'm its mom now. Okay, I'm gonna do some sketching and stuff. We're not gonna have you on like full video the whole time. We're gonna hyperlapse you, and then I need to find my yellow pastel before we color anything. But yeah, still not doing Prismacolors today. We're doing pen and pastel. Let's do it. I couldn't remember which one it was, so we're stealing 2 yellows from Brittany. Don't tell her. Shh. I wanted to get a lower angle, but this is as low as the tripod goes, and this is the tripod I was using, but as you can see, I mean, it was already broken, but I broke it, like, way too. It's beyond broken. It does nothing now. So, if I want fancy angles, ow, I'm gonna have to get creative, and I'm just an artist. That's not what I do, so... Now I'll get some fancy angles. Let's go. So I started out testing our floor pen, our little trash pen that we found in the parking lot. Like the way this guy wrote, you can see that the lines went down fairly evenly. I had very little problems with the ink not coming out. It was basically just about as smooth as you could possibly want. I got some good shading done on that little pastel. I did some pretty good shapes doing the little Mia over here, which I decided to draw Mia eating the pastels, because not to be like that, but I was looking at the pastels and thinking, oh look, they're like little french fries. And to be fair, my wife was over in the other room drawing french fries, so maybe I had french fries on the mind, or maybe, I don't know, pastels are just friggin' forbidden french fries of the food world, but regardless, had a pretty good time drawing the characters, did a little Mia, did a little Detta, and then I guess I did another little Mia because I didn't like the legs on the first one, and then I decided I wanted to do a sphere because I wanted to see how well I could shade with this thing, because, you know, it's been a while since I've shaded with pen, want to see how it went, and that's where I started having a couple little problems. I'm not sure exactly why, but the pen did not handle the shading well. I also did get a decent amount of ink on my hands. But yeah, with one page of the pen done, I decided it was time to move on to the pastels. So I started doing a little bit of playing around with the pastels. I did a little Okeo drawing first, and not the most successful little drawing I've done. Okay, so it's been a bit since I've done pastels. I've learned today that you definitely don't do the outline in your pastels. That's probably why it's a good thing I have a pen with me today. Because if you do your outlines in pastels, then when you try to color it, it just picks up all the loose pastel and just kind of makes all of your pastels muddy and terrible. And yeah, that's not what I should have done. So it's also really hard to draw with them, just like as lines. So we're not going to do that. We're going to draw something big on the next page, and then we're going to try to...
painting tool.
Well, I didn't. It's been a long time since I've used pastels. I don't know. I thought I'd try drawing with them. Well, they look like crayons, but like sticks.
I know, but they work a little bit more like paint.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna do a big picture on the next page and use the pastels to color it. I'm not gonna try to use the pastels to draw, because this is what happens. It's not my best work, not gonna lie. It kind of looks like Okeo drew it, so yeah, we're gonna try again. We're just gonna new page, blank page. Let's do it. Before we get to work on doing like an actual thing we're actually gonna color, my wife needs to go get herself some more colored pencils, because you want to see what my wife's working on? You remember my wife did this? She's in art school right now, so she's not doing something she's super like passionate about right now, but like, look how good it looks. Freaking. And then come over to this side. Yeah, you see this?
To go down first.
So it is an art school project, so it's not like normally what she would draw. Normally she would draw something like kind of
That's
funky.
also an art school project.
Oh, this one's also an art school? Well,
Yeah,
it's a lot more similar to the ones.
she's letting me do my own thing.
That's very nice. Because yeah, here's her art school notes. This is the type of artist. She also drew like half of the chibis in the collection, just by the by. Look at the versatility. Look at the technique. Look at the running out of colored pencils. Because she knows how to use colored pencils, and apparently when you use colored pencils, you go through just a ton of them when you do
It's
it right.
because if you drop them, the inside breaks, so you're just sitting there endlessly sharpening your colored pencils that the tip just keeps falling out. And it's because you dropped them, and then the lead inside broke, because it is very soft. That's my qualms with colored pencils.
Yeah. So we're gonna go get more colored pencils, and then I will come and do an actual, like, drawing. It's not gonna be nearly as cool as what Brittany's doing, but that's okay. I like my chibis. I don't like this one, but I like my chibis, so yeah. I'll be back. Okay, now this is where things kind of started to fall apart. So I did a little sketch. I was looking at my palette, and I was in a Kirby mood, maybe because I was wearing my Kirby shirt, not exactly why, it's just a Kirby kind of day, but I was wondering if I wanted to draw Kirby or if I wanted to draw Sona, so I decided I would draw a little Sona Kirby. And then I started pasteling, and can you see already in the video what the problem is with what's happening here? Is it just how much these pastels were blurring? Oh my gosh. Brittany went over there, if you can see, and showed me like how I was supposed to be blurring them, but I wasn't wanting to leave my whites to get highlights. I was wanting it to be filled in, but it just made so much powder as you rubbed the pastels on. There was almost nothing I could do to get it to be, I know, smooth, but not too much. You know, the pastels really do have a mind of their own. They just kind of go. So I went a little lighter with it on the hair. Here's a little ASMR for you on that. The thing is, the pastels went down really nice. They had a very good blur to them. Just, you can see on here just how much powder was left over. And I think that's my technique. I think that's because I haven't used pastels in a really long time, and I was using them more like I should. You should use colored pencil, or maybe even crayon. I guess I had compared them to crayon earlier, so maybe I had crayon on the mind going into it. Either way, my technique was all off. Look how much it blurred. I was very, very unhappy with how this turned out. In fact, I not gonna lie, I cried about it. Not proud of that, but it is what it is. Bless you.
Okay, Emily. I'm so ready to show you.
So I didn't have a white pastel to work with, so I did bring a white colored pencil in to get like the whites back in on the eyes and the ears, where, you know, all of the pastel chalk had bled in and gotten rid of all of the whites that I tried to leave in. I did an okay job leaving it in the hair, and that is probably because I, you know, at that point had a little bit more practice with it. So I'll do a lot of things different next time, but for now. Okay, ready to go through what we did today? Because it's not especially good. So here are the drawings we did with this ground pencil, the trash pencil that we picked up on a parking lot. It's not a pencil, it's a pen, but the trash pen that we picked up in a parking lot. Hi, Doo. This is what we drew with that. So we got just some characters, try to figure it out. I drew the pastels because I was thinking about the pastels and how I was going to use them. I did a little Mia because I still got Mia on the mind, and I did a little Detta because, you know, I draw Detta sometimes. I tried to shade like a sphere with it, just, you know, to see if I could. We got an awful lot of like this speckling kind of thing going on because every time I finished a stroke, it left like a chunk of ink, which is kind of weird. It gave it this weird little like thing that looks like I went in and like stippled it, but I didn't. That's how that happened. But so I know it taught me something about the pen and the way it works. I really kind of enjoyed using the pen. This was a really fun little page. And then pastels. Yeah, so this was trying it with just the pastel as the liner, and this was trying it with an ink liner and then just going in coloring and
Oh my god, okay. This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels, and this is what I got!
I don't like this. Do you see all of this? And then there's a bunch in here that I had to fill in too much because I smeared the eyes into the pink, and then I had to put in more pink to, you know, cover the dark colors that I'd put in there. Like right here, it's doing it again just for me having closed the book for half a second. Yeah, that's all it took to mess this crap up. Even more than it already was. It already looked mostly like this, just with a little less blurring. At this point, when I recorded this video, I said some really, really pessimistic stuff, but it's been several hours since then. I've calmed down a little bit. My wife has been comforting me. Thank you, Brittany. I love you very much, and I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry I threw a tantrum over one bad drawing, but, you know, you have off days. I can't expect myself to do good every single day, and honestly, I didn't do that bad. It's not what I wanted it to be, but it was my first time doing pastels in like 15 years, and then we'll give it another shot another time. So yeah, that is what we got done with today's daily draw. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.